just wanted to touch base with everyone and talk a little bit about where we've been and where we're going. Many of you may have heard the President speak early this morning, a few hours ago. The XO, though, listened to him, and I did hear the President talk yesterday after his meeting in the Azores with Prime Minister Blair of Great Britain and also the Prime Minister of Spain. Ultimately, the President has told Saddam, hey, the gig's up. Your history. He gave him 48 hours a couple hours ago to say, you know, you got a choice. You either leave or we're taking you down. Last night, the division got its orders to move to the field to our dispersal areas and be prepared to conduct any operations that the President may direct. So that's what's happening right now. The fact that we can move a force of this size halfway around the world, that we can do things like build a pipeline, an oil pipeline through the desert. We can have a hose reel ready to be laid out for 150 kilometers that's going to provide us fuel. I would tell you there's no other country in the world that can do that, and I'm proud certainly of our country and the capabilities and what we bring to this, you know, to the table and to the world. So let's talk about now where we're heading. Very quickly, we're going to move out to our dispersal areas. In the dispersal areas, we'll go ahead and go into MOP 2. We may remain in MOP 2, may go down to a lower MOP level. Ultimately, that'll be the CG's call. But we'll be in MOP 2. We'll be waiting until we get the order to commence operations. We'll get the word to move out of the dispersal areas. Could come at any time, but I will tell you, I believe it'll be a night move out of the dispersal area. I will tell you that if you've seen the lunar illume the last couple nights, you know that, hey, we got pretty good illumination. We're at about, we're moving up to a full moon cycle here. In the next day or so, we'll be at 99% illumination. You may see it, but I guarantee you're going to hear it. The first strikes that are going to go down on a little hill out there called Safwan Hill. When we get out to our dispersal areas, take a look off to the north and just slightly to the northeast, and if the visibility is good, you're going to see a little bump. It's the highest point between Kuwait and where we're going in Iraq, and that hill is going to be hit with about 2,000-pound bombs, followed by some napalm, and so it's going to be a pretty good show. And again, you may not see it, but I guarantee you'll hear it. About that time, there's also going to be a series of multiple rocket launchers that are going to be firing tactical missiles from the 5th Corps area. That'll be coming off from our left. You may see those things streaming overhead. Again, they're heading down into hit operational and tactical targets on the other side. At that point also, our air strikes will start picking up. You'll see Cobras going forward, working over OP lines. Essentially, we're going to blind the enemy to our movements. As we're moving forward, we're taking out every one of his OPs. He's not going to be able to see us moving forward. 211 and 111 will move into position. That'll be off to your left front. 211 and 111 will commence a series of fires, so the next thing you're going to hear is 211 and 111 and opening up, each of them sending close to 1,000 rounds downrange to destroy enemy indirect fire systems across the border. We'll continue our move forward. Just prior to daybreak, about an hour prior to daybreak, you're going to hear 311, 511, and one of the British batteries open up, and they're going to finish off the artillery and indirect fire systems in the east. Again, firing about 1,000 rounds apiece. So on those two schedules of fire, each of those battalions will fire about what they do on about half their annual training allocation. So again, there's going to be a lot more noise out there and a lot more things going down range than we see in peacetime. We'll continue our movement forward. You'll hit a berm, you'll go through a breach in the berm, and then you're going to be into Iraq. One, we're going to be hitting these guys with everything we got. There's every indication that they are just primed to surrender. The 51st Division, the guys across the border, we've been getting intel reports, we've been monitoring traffic. Some of their biggest concerns are, am I going to have time to surrender before they start dumping all this stuff on top of me? Will they be able to see me when I come out and surrender? Even though there's a large percentage of them that are looking forward to surrendering and giving up the fight, I will tell you there's going to be some pockets out there that are going to be hanging tough and that may, want to say, hey, I want to have a chance to take a shot at a U.S. Marine, a U.S. soldier, because I'm trying to protect my homeland. The other thing that you're going to see, and one thing we never replicate and talk about in training, is you got to understand we're going into a country of 22 million people. Most of those people up there are just like your families. They don't support Saddam Hussein, especially in the South. They want nothing better than to see him gone. And they want nothing more than to get on with their lives and do all the things for their families that you want to do for yours. So I will tell you, you will see civilians out there. I will ask that you treat them with dignity, with respect. Treat them the same way that you would want your mother, father, sister, brother, or your children treated were the situation different. Because think about what's going to happen for those people over there. When we open up with that 8 hours of prep fires, aviation, rockets, artillery, they're going to be scared to death. We're going to be moving across the border. They're going to see all these big old vehicles, and the first thing they may encounter may be one of you climbing out of that big old MTVR. You're wearing mop gear. You got body armor on. It may be night. You may have a set of NVGs on. Hey, they're going to think they're having a close encounter of the third kind, because you might as well have stepped off another planet from, what they're expecting. They're already going to be afraid. They're going to be concerned. So it's going to be up to us to make sure that we safeguard those people. We get them out of the way, get them to where they're going to be safe and protected. We treat them with dignity and respect because they will assist us as we're moving forward. And so again, it's going to be critical that we treat those folks right. I will tell you that the expectation is this first fight is not going to last very long. Anywhere from 24 to 96 hours. I will tell you the expectations are that it's going to be over in 24 to 36 hours. We're going to push through this first unit. We're going to turn it over to the Brits, and then we're on our way to Baghdad. But he's going to be pounded every day by air all the way as we're making that move. So every day that we're delayed is another day he gets pounded. By the time we get up there, I don't expect that he's going to be in very good shape. We'll roll through that guy, finish him off, and then our maneuver units will enter Baghdad and we'll complete our military operations. I look forward to seeing each and every one of you as we're moving forward. We're probably not going to have a time to get together as a group, but I'll certainly see you and you'll see me. We're all easy to recognize. We all got nice big signs painted on the sides of our vehicles. So I'd ask, hey, when you're driving by and you see the diamond with the 11, give me a wave, because I'll certainly give you one. Wish you all the best, and look forward to seeing you as we're going forward. I will tell you, the great thing is, home is that way. We got to go north to get home. So, hey, we're taking the first step today to all getting this thing done and getting home. Yeah. Hoorah. Thanks a lot. Carry on.